Hi guys, welcome to the final stretch of fiction. You all are doing a great job this semester. I've been overall really impressed with your um, forum discussions and how you're quoting the text in the forum, and you're being very introspective and analytical. Tomorrow, your literary analysis is due, so be sure that you're putting the final touches on that. Go over that checklist that I posted. Look and relook at the assignment sheet to make sure that you are formatting properly and just kind of following some of those black and white rules about writing, like MLA style citation, that you're not dropping your quotes, you're putting short story titles in quotation marks and book titles in italics, those kinds of things. Just make sure that you have those, all of your T's crossed and your I's dotted, and more importantly, that your content is good, that you are really analyzing. You're not just summarizing the story that you chose, you're analyzing a specific literary element and maybe weaving together kind of a multi um, perspective analysis. Maybe you're talking about the theme but want to bring in some symbolism that's used, but that you're really focusing in on specific literary elements in your chosen story. So be working hard on those and turning those in. And then for the next 2 weeks, I've posted in week 7. So of course, technically, many of those things are due during week 8, but I wanted to open it up all now so you can pace yourself and work really hard over these next couple of weeks. So the week 7 readings forum is like the reading forum that you just completed, where you all pose original discussion questions and then you'll respond to at least one by the dates listed. And your final essay in this class is your final exam. You have a final quiz that's, I don't want to use the word easy, but it's very much just a review. It's multiple choice, true and false. That's not where you'll be pouring your energy. Your final exam is your final essay. And I've posted that assignment, so look over that very carefully and do the reading in your textbook that corresponds with it. But basically, I've given you a selection of stories that we've read, and I'm asking you to do a critical analysis of that story. So you'll choose, you'll either do a feminist analysis, post-colonial analysis, cultural analysis. Do that reading so you know what these different critical theories look like. But basically, you're looking through a story at a specific, through a specific lens, kind of like you did for the literary analysis, but this is making it a little bit more, um, looking at it from a cultural perspective. So if you were to do a feminist analysis of where are you going, where have you been, you're going to focus in on Connie's experience as a young woman and perhaps the male gaze, G-A-Z-E, of Arnold Friend on her, and you'd want to talk about the possibility of the sexual assault at the end. You'd be looking at those very specifically gendered um, parts of the story. So really read over that part in your book and choose the analytical approach that interests you the most, and then choose one of the stories. Please choose a story that you haven't written about before. I would just much prefer that, to see that. So go over the assignment. I might, the next week or so, post another short video just talking about this final essay before you post your first draft, just to give you a little further instruction. This video today is just mostly kind of a broad idea of what's happening in the next 2 weeks, because 2 weeks from now you'll be done with fiction for the summer. For this final essay, you need to copy and paste a first draft, so a completed first draft, in the peer and instructor review forum. So you will do that. Sorry, I'm doing two things at once here. So Friday, July 18th at noon, or before, you will copy and paste the text of your first draft in this forum. Then your peers will respond to you with critiques, and I will as well. So by the next Monday evening, I will have gone in and given you some criticism and given you some constructive feedback, so you can then take that and do a final draft. Your final draft will be due Wednesday, July 23rd by noon. So that's kind of the end goal for everything in this class from here on out is Wednesday the 23rd at noon. That's the final drop date for all of these things. But of course you'll need to do your forums and your first draft before then. You'll also turn in your journal on the 23rd by noon. You'll either upload a Word document or in the space provided, give me the URL to your blog if you did a blog. You talked about the quiz, so just pretty basic. It would be a good idea to get the quiz over with pretty quickly because it can serve as a handy little review of some of the terminology and the critical approaches that we've talked about this semester. And so also for this final week, I've given you some supplemental readings that aren't in your textbook. One of them, J.D. Salinger's A Perfect Day for Banana Fish, I've linked in 2 parts. It's a PDF. That's one that I want you to discuss in the discussion forums, and you can also, that's one of your choices for your final essay assignment. The other short stories that I provided to you are just for your reading pleasure. They're some of my favorite kind of modern minimalist authors, and I just wanted to provide you with just a little extra reading if you were interested. The chapter from Fight Club that I've included, you might be familiar with the film. The film started as a novel. The novel started as a short story, which is chapter 6 in the novel now. So that's what I included, was the original short story. Many young people really enjoy Chuck Palahniuk's writing and his novels, so I always like to include that. And Amy Hempel and Miranda July are both also wonderful short story writers that I recommend. So Banana Fish, Perfect Day for Banana Fish, definitely do read that. Students really like analyzing that, oftentimes for their final essay, because there's a lot to dig into. But the others are just, for supplementary reading. So that's what the next couple of weeks are going to look like. Nothing really kind of new and out of the blue. You're used to reading and discussing, the quiz here and there, finishing up your journal that should be finished probably by now, or you should be close to it, and then pouring most of your energy into the final essay and really having fun with critically analyzing one of these stories through a very specific critical lens. So stay tuned. As we approach next week, early next week, I'll probably post one more video and give you a little bit more kind of structure and instruction with this final essay. But for now, again, the whole class is right in front of you. You know what's expected in the next couple of weeks. Pace yourself, work hard, don't wait until the last minute, and I will look forward to seeing what you write. Please email me or post in the questions and concerns forum if you have any questions. Have a good one.